Hi, this is Lmni with the US stock highlights for Monday, the 21st of December. Starting off with hopefully what is a relatively straightforward charting pattern, Atex, where we've had a trend line break by quite a large margin there, so breaking the trend line there around $36, now up to 42. The initial resistance line there or resistance area from July was up to $48, and we just fell shy of that today, 47.46. But at the end of the day, close through that, and we should hopefully be retesting the $60 area and the highs of 2020. In terms of support, the nearest, I suppose, at this stage is back at that old initial September support area, just under $40 on an end-of-day close basis. So at least while we're above the $40 area, $39.95 shown there, $48 or so should be the target over the next couple of weeks. Onto a company which is relatively obscure, but actually one that I've heard of on via YouTube, etc. Curiosity Stream, one for the intellectuals, obviously. Here we've got a very simple chart here, a nice breakout through the old October resistance around the $12.06 level, and while we're above that on an end-of-day close basis, looking for as high as $22. That's the top of the October trend channel. The other plus point here is the way that we gapped quite significantly through that old October peak, and support today so far above that old resistance. So looking pretty strong for Curiosity Stream. The stock which I don't think we've covered here before, and maybe one which will hopefully be covered quite a lot in the future, is one that I'm attempting to type out right now, Atex Medicine. Here we can see that had a wonderful bull flag breakout for the shares after a gap to the upside, which is something you see early in the strongest of situations. The view at this stage, I suppose, overall is that while we're above $67, the initial, or rather, let's go for $67.68, which is the initial December resistance, we're going up to hopefully as high as the October 2019 resistance line projection towards $130 over the next month or so. In terms of the stop loss, you're probably going to have to divide the daily range today, so that's around $30, and that would be then giving us a stop loss sub $78 really for the near term, ahead of a potential move towards $130. But that's a very strong looking breakout for Atex Medicine. Let's see if it can live up to our expectations. Another stock which is looking pretty good indeed is Fubo TV. Here we've got vertical climb here through the initial December resistance, which was $32.73, and while we're above that, obviously looking for greater heights, possibly as high as the top of the late September trend channel at $100. The upside valid, at least while there's no end-of-day close, back below today's intraday floor at $39.89. That's about the tightest we can make any money management point. On to Gevo, which I remember covering a few days ago. Here we've got nice U-shaped bull flag gapping higher today as well, which is very helpful, and at least while we're above the floor of the gap at $2.42 on an end-of-day close basis, looking for the top of the rising trend channel from the end of June, currently pointing to as high as $4.50 by the end of next month. Moving along to, we've got Liminal Biosciences. Here we can see that there's been a rising trend channel. The shares have hit the top of a rising trend channel from the end of October. The peak there and the top of the channel there at $7, and that's the target while we hold above the 50-day moving average, currently around the $4.93 level on an end-of-day close basis. At this stage, only well below $4.50, which is the broken resistance line from October, really delaying the upside scenario. Hopefully hit that again, that $7 area over the next 2 to 4 weeks or even sooner. Moving along to another relatively new name for the US highlights. Here we've got Mnso with a beautiful breakout of this W-shaped reversal formation. The peak there initially, which we've broken, was $24.90, and while we're above that on an end of day close basis, looking to as high as $36 at the top of the October trend channel, hopefully as soon as the end of next month or even sooner. Next situation is Nant K West, and here we've had a nice gap to the upside and a gap through the initial December resistance at $13.49. While there's no end of day close back below $13.49, we're looking at the top of the July trend channel at $22.50, hopefully as soon as the end of next month. Stop loss back below 10. Well, I suppose the floor of the gap at $11 would probably do the trick, and if you can't afford that, then just under $12, which is today's intraday low. On to a stock which has been covered here before and is back on the bullish tack, in fact with quite a vicious spike. Here we've got Nevera Environmental needing to stay above that last November peak at $2.74. While we're above that on an end of day close basis, we've got the chance of revisiting today's intraday high of $5.40, hopefully by the end of next month. Not a bad risk reward setup there. New name for us today in the form of Pivotal Investment Corporation. Here we've gapped through resistance, which is always a nice thing to do. That's the initial December peak at $18.38, while there's no end of day close back below that. Looking towards $30 and the top of the rising September trend channel, hopefully by the end of next month. Another very strong chart, and part of the reason why we've got so many stocks today, Silvergate Capital, beautiful rising trend channel there from September, breaking through the initial December resistance at $53.70, and while we're above that, looking as high as $100 by the end of next month at the top of this year's trend channel. So it's a punchy call for a punchy chart, but looks relatively smooth and straightforward at this stage. Touch wood. We have looked at this stock, the following stock, before on several occasions. Age Eagle Aerial Systems, nice breakout. Basically, I suppose it was on Friday with the clearance of that $3.92 July peak. Above that, looking for the top of the rising trend channel from April, as high as $8 by the end of next month. Last stock of the day is one which had a bit of a false dawn earlier in the year, but is back for the bulls. 500.com. I think the false dawns, well, there's one there in June for a start. Current situation is that we've gapped through the late October resistance at $3.11, and while we're above that, hopefully have another look at the $5 area, which was the post-June resistance, but the big target here over the next 2 to 3 months, as high as $9 plus at the February 2020 resistance line projection. Stop loss at this stage, probably back below the 350 intraday low today, or $3.36, that late October peak. So both those levels coinciding in a reasonable way. That's it from me today. More updates tomorrow.